All right, welcome back to another episode of the Fan Connection podcast. Today we're joined by two guests, so it's an extra special episode today. We we have Abroop, obviously, who was on last Wednesday.
Hello.
So welcome back, Abroop, and we have Kevin. I'm sure you've seen him as it's K Loxon, right? In the chat.
No,
It's
No?
Cloxton.
Damn it.
Cloxton.
I was close. So I'm sure you've seen him in chat as well.
Fine, though. Loxton's fine.
Yeah, exactly. I was close. So anyway, also a friend of the podcast, so he's joining us today as well. Our first topic for today is the league updates. We'll get into the hot seat for Kevin, because every new guest gets put on the hot seat, as always. Quick shout out to Spider-Man from Naruto, J God So, and Cheese Whiz for hanging out in chat, along with obviously Ponchi and Abroop as well.
Spider-Man from
so-
Naruto? What a name.
I love that name, honestly.
That's awesome.
Favorite superhero and what my favorite anime. It's great. So league updates. I think we have to get the elephant out of the room out of the way first. Canucks legend, Habs legend, Tyler Toffoli traded
Canucks legend.
10 points in 10 games. That's a superstar in my books. I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, point per game production.
Even the
That's
Sydney
Yeah.
were
Per game production.
point per game.
Whatever.
So
Go on.
all I'm saying is Tyler Toffoli, Canucks legend, Habs legend. He was loved in both cities. Moves to the Calgary Flames for their playoff push. The Flames give up Tyler Pitlick, just a roster player to throw in there, and I think to make the cap work. They threw in a first round pick, a former second round pick, and Emil Heineman, and a fifth round pick. So Tyler Toffoli moved for 4 assets. That's a pretty good package considering what Buchnevich got the Rangers. So I'll take that for Toffoli. A bit of a bittersweet day as a Habs fan, because I love Toffoli. The whole city of Montreal loved Toffoli. They really embraced what it meant to be a Habs player. So it's sad to see him go. He was kind of like the captain in the room without actually being the captain and wearing the C on his jersey. Even Martin St. Louis, who's been here so short of a time as the head coach, said that himself, that Toffoli is like the unofficial captain with Weber gone. So it's sad to see him go. A good leader in the locker room, a good mentor for the kids, but I'm sure his impact will be long felt in Montreal, especially for Suzuki, Caulfield. But guys, what's your initial take? What do you think of Emil Heineman? What do you think of the return for Tyler Toffoli? And how do you think that impacts the Calgary Flames? So Ponchi, you're a Flames fan. Start us off. What do you think of the trade? And do you think you can declare a winner yet? Or do you think it's just a fair trade?
I think that's just a solid trade. So at least Montreal now has cap space because you guys didn't have enough. But essentially now, like, you're embracing the tank, which I've been saying you should do, because now you've got what, 3 picks in the first round, and then you've got Heineman, which I don't know. He's just magic beans at this point, so you don't really know about him. Aside from that, though, I think it's fair.
Yeah. I agree, and I just want to point out, I am actually in the middle of the screen for once. Like, what has happened here? Why is Abroop in my spot? Like, what have you done here, man? Every single podcast have been on the top left, and I don't know what you did, dude. You ruined it. You ruined the whole synergy. Like, I kind of want to quit
Wait,
now.
no, wasn't Abroop top left last time? On Wednesday?
I was.
Yeah.
Were
There's only
you?
4
Yeah.
of us. What the hell's, what do you know?
It
There was
was.
4 of us last time. Wait, you were in the middle and I was in the corner? What the hell?
I
outta
thought
here?
you were in the on the right, top right.
Mm-mm.
No.
Oh,
Abroop,
he was
stop getting
top
us off
left.
topic, man. Stop getting off topic, alright? We're talking about Tyler Toffoli
It's
here.
fine. It's
Alright,
like
so-
you're like Justin Timberlake, and we're the other NSYNC members.
Yeah, okay, that's perfect.
You're gonna have a huge solo career after this. So there you go.
There we go.
But anyway, about Toffoli, I like you said, everyone does like him. He's like a captain without a C, and it's really good for Calgary. Like, they have good depth scoring already, and now they just added another really good scorer. And I know they didn't give away their. I forget the top prospect's name, but they didn't give him away, so it's a good trade for them. They don't necessarily. I mean, everybody needs a first, but like they're like more complete of a team where it's like, it's okay. They're kind of competing now for a cup, so it makes sense. And teams that do that definitely give away first. For Montreal, it's a good return. I mean, you have a couple guys to take chances on. You get rid of some cap, and then also you have, like you said, you have 3 first-round picks now this year. Is that what it is?
I'm
I
not
think they have
sure if
their
it's
own.
3, but they're definitely
They're
going to
definitely
stockpile
two.
them. They no
Yeah,
matter
I
what
think
happens.
it's
They have
So it's Carolina's,
Yeah.
their own, and Calgary's.
Oh right,
So
for
they have
Aho.
no-
no,
be in the
they gave
first.
up their own pick. I thought they gave up their pick to Arizona in the deal with Dvorak. And how it works
Yeah,
is the
so
deal
you guys
is
have 2 now.
yeah, we have 2 because the deal with Dvorak is the lesser, so the pick whichever's later between our pick and Carolina outside the top 10
Right.
is used. So let's say Carolina
Oh,
for
so
some
a
reason was
pick
10th.
swap. Not, is it a pick swap then?
No, it's like that, like because we acquired Carolina's pick when they signed
Mhm.
Kokaniemi, right, on the offer sheet, and we didn't match it, so we got their first and third, and so in the deal to get Dvorak, which I hate that trade, but whatever, we gave up whichever pick is lesser. So Montreal's pick is obviously going to be in the top 10, top 3. Top 4, dare I say. Top 4 is the maximum or minimum it could be if they finish last, which they probably will. So it's going to be the Carolina pick that goes to Arizona. So right now we have 2 picks in the
Right,
first round.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, it's still 2 first-round picks, which is great, right? So,
To start.
yeah, it's a start. Like you guys are going full rebuild, it looks like, right? So it's a start. You're gonna take a chance on some of the 2 prospect players that you guys. It was 2 players, yeah, right? 2 or 1?
We got a first round pick, a 5th round pick, a former second round pick, but like early second. He was like 43rd overall. And Tyler Pitlick. So
Pitlick.
a roster
Okay,
player.
well,
prospect.
Pitlick is like, yeah, like I think Pitlick's literally just for cap reasonings or just
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
Yeah, his
so
cap it's only 600,000, I think, remaining. So he's just a
Pennies.
whatever at that point. Yeah.
Kepler is saying 10-year rebuild incoming for Montreal, and I don't think it's gonna be that long. Like the only teams you can say that for is maybe Edmonton, since it actually took them 10 years, or maybe Buffalo as well. But no, I don't think Montreal is gonna take that long. Like they
No.
They're not. I look at Montreal's prospect pool. They already have a pretty solid prospect pool. And I know Kev players asking if we can trust Montreal's current Habs management. Absolutely. I trust them 1,000 times more than I trusted anybody under Marc Bergevin's regime because these guys are so transparent with us and the media. We know the direction they're in and they're taking, and they tell us in advance. So it's nice to see. They seem very trustworthy and very competent. So Kev player, I trust this Habs management core.
We should like clip this so like we can look back on it, right? Whether they win the cup or they just fully get worse somehow, we can always play back this one clip. That's something I want to do with my friends. I always do with my friends. Someone will say something in the chat and we'll just screenshot it, send it at the end of the season, whatever it is.
Well, the 10-year rebuild?
I was gonna say 10 years from now, you're gonna hang on to that. 10-year
I'll be in the same room right here, wearing the same hat, same hoodie. Actually, I've had this hoodie for probably 4 years. It's actually very old.
Yeah, it shows.
It shows.
Damn.
Mr.
Oh,
Kevin over
harsh
here, in
one.
his little
Slightly
Grizzlies
less
jersey.
black. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I can. You know what? Watch this.
What's
See,
he doing?
more
What's
black
The
going on?
lighting was better
Where's
I
before.
kind of expected a lot more, to be honest. He turns off one lamp and he wants an applause.
All right, so just to quickly move on here, I saw another question in chat from Spider from Naruto. So he asked, or not really a question, more like a statement saying that Chicago has the most confusing direction. They should rebuild, but no moves so far in terms of a rebuild. They also traded away a top defensive prospect for an older defenseman who costs a lot more money. So what do you guys think of Chicago? What direction are they going? Is this franchise kind of lost? Because I think it is. And what do you think they can do to fix it?
Chicago, I think they're just in a tough state right now where they have some old stars like Kane, and they're still really good, right? Kane, but Taze is injured, and they're as long as you have at least Kane, you're gonna be somewhat competitive in each game because he's just that good. I think what they're doing is fine, to be honest. Like they are bringing up younger players. Kubalik's young, DeBrincat's young, and Doc is also super young as well. He's in his second year, I think, and I think they're just transitioning. Like it's not like they need to do a full rebuild or anything. They're not one of those teams, I don't think. They have Seth Jones on the back end. He's gonna be your guy for many years now. I know he's done a big deal. So they have pieces in place, and I think now they're just transitioning young and old. Like getting the older guys out a little bit. and just like that's what they did by moving Keith, right? So they're just trying to retool a little bit. I don't think they're ever gonna be like bottom of the league for like one of those teams that's bottom of the league for like 5-6 years. I don't think so, because if you look how good DeBrincat is, for example, he's like on a 40 goal pace, and he I think he did score over 30 in both of his years so far. So I mean, they're gonna carry. That's what I think. I don't think it's like the way Spider-Man from Naruto was saying. I don't think it's very confusing. I just think it's more of a retail thing. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. I get why you're saying that, just because they have Kane and DeBrincat. Like, those are two really dynamic offensive players. So if you just give them a competent center between them that could give them the puck and keep the puck out of their net, and like just kind of break out the zone, right? That's all you really need for those guys to just kind of pop off and have crazy seasons. I just feel like Chicago hasn't really been able to build a team that is capable defensively in a long time. Like, I looked at the beginning of the season, like their defense core, it was lacking. Like, they picked up Connor Murphy, Jake McCabe, and these were two guys playing on bad teams. So they were playing on Arizona before. That was Connor Murphy, and Jake McCabe playing on Buffalo before. And so they bring in these two players who are on some pretty bad defensive teams, and like, okay, you're playing top 4 minutes on the same pair. Guess what? The first 15 games, I remember we looked at it, they were a minus 15. So
yeah,
I like that they acquire Seth Jones, but when Seth, and I like Seth Jones, I think he's a good defenseman, slightly overrated in terms of his cap space, but still a top 2 defenseman on a team and still very usable, like a very good defenseman. But you look at his utilization, he's alone. Like, there's no one else there. The other guy I like the best on their team is Caleb Jones, his brother, who I like as a third pairing, if necessary due to injury, second pairing guy, but third pairing is ideal. So you have Seth Jones and Caleb Jones, and outside of that, everyone else has been a liability so far. Maybe they've improved since I last checked. I haven't really been following Chicago very closely, but they're still near the bottom, I'm pretty sure, in terms of the standings, and they just kind of feel stuck. You got to either pick a rebuild or just go all in again. But I think it's too late. Like, Taves is slowed down a lot. Kane is still excellent, but Taves has really slowed down. Yeah. Kubalik slowed down this year. He's definitely regressed in terms of his goal scoring. Doc hasn't taken the steps they thought he would. He's even almost regressed in some ways. So there's a lot of things to look at. Like, Dylan Strom's playing for his career out there. Like, he's not even playing to earn a first-line role. He's playing to survive on the roster. So, like, there's a lot of players there that I think have regressed since they joined the Blackhawks, which is scary to think.
Yeah. Well, also don't forget that they're also in a cap crunch. So when Taves has done his 10 million this year, he's not going to sign for 10 mil again. So you're looking at probably a 6, maybe 7, because he's your captain. But
wait,
then
you
open up
Kane or Taves? Taves, right?
Taves.
Okay, good. I
Taves.
thought I said Kane. I was like, wait.
So they're not paying Taves 10 mil again. So they're probably looking maybe 5, maybe 6.
Yeah.
So that'll open up space. So then you can get some depth players for your lines. But then you also think Marc-Andre Fleury is also ready to go too. He might even just retire this year, and then his salary becomes essentially like he's been bought out. He still gets paid, but a smaller amount, and the cap hit's smaller. So you could also see like stuff like that happen, where they start moving up all these young players, and then they start the rebuild.
Do you think there's a reality in which they try to move Kane at all?
Crazy. I mean, I don't know. I think it's smart. Honestly, I think it's like something they should do
While the stock is high. I mean, like, because it's
they
not
get
like
a crazy return.
They would get a crazy return for his production at this point at age 32. And I don't think he's got after this year, 1 more year on a 10 point whatever it is AAV.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you try to get something back while he's still producing.
Well, I think
that'd be smart.
Yeah. Well, I think it depends on Taves. If Taves says, you know what, I'm just injured, I'm sick all the time, and I might be looking to retire, then it might be worth splitting up Kane and Taves.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
yeah, he does have he's in concussion right now, right? Is that why he's injured? I
Taves?
think he got, yeah.
Because I
If
know he
it's
has a,
COVID, I swear to God.
I think he has an
Damn
immuno.
you, COVID.
He's suppressed, eh? That's what it was. That's why he didn't play.
Well,
I'm
last year he had
that.
a really bad infection, but we don't know exactly what it was.
Oh, I thought he was immunosuppressed. Like he literally like because some people have like a disorder that makes them immunosuppressed. So like they can't,
Yeah.
like they can't if they catch COVID, they have
Yeah,
nothing to
yeah.
fight it. So like they're just
Exactly.
like they're getting like the worst of the
Hmm.
symptoms, and they're lucky to get out. They need
Oh.
hospitalization right away. So I thought Taves had something like that where if he gets COVID, like his body doesn't have the antibodies or the like doesn't have the
Yeah.
ability to fight it, right? Whereas like someone like myself or you guys who are not immunosuppressed, as far as I know, would be able to fight it much better than him, right? So I thought that's why he took the season
Well,
off.
I think
That's
that's why he
what I
took the
thought it
season off, but just
Precaution.
he came back though. Like he played a little
This year.
bit. Yeah, and then I think he got a concussion. So like if
That's
so he's out
unlucky.
for like yeah, he's not playing for the season, I don't think so. And but yeah, like you said, Punch, I think if Taze is slowing down or it's gonna come down to that because they're friends, right? They want to stay together. So I'm sure Kane doesn't want to leave, but honestly, just looking at a business strictly like GM standpoint, it would be smart to do it. Like you'll get a really, really big return. Look at just some of the play. Look, you're gonna look at probably what Eichel got, right? Like around that, and probably even maybe even more because Eichel's injured when he got the trade, right? And he didn't even do the surgery. Kane's fully healthy, and he's still
Mhm.
scoring at a crazy rate. He's still on top of the points leaders always, and yeah, it would be good for them. And you do have a couple young pieces to build around anyway. So yeah, I mean, I would trade if that's the case. I would also just trade Fleury as well.
Mhm.
I think
Right.
I trade Fleury regardless. Like
Yeah.
you're not making the playoffs. Let's be honest. Chicago's not going to make the playoffs this year. They just aren't. It's not on the cards from this year. Fleury's literally a Vezina winner last year. Teams need goalies right now. The goalie market is scarce. Like it took Montreal Kent Hughes forever to get Andrew Hammond because no one's shopping goalies right now. 'Cause
Hamburglar, baby.
everyone's just stockpiling goalies, right? Like competent goalies, obviously, right? So like people aren't willing to trade away their third string goalie right now because there's been so many injuries with COVID, like COVID protocol. Like you could lose both your starting goalies due to COVID protocol in the span of a week. You know what I mean? So you need a third string
we can relate
goalie.
here.
The Canucks.
Yeah, we can relate in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So many arena goalies stepping up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Off the
hey,
Zamboni.
I got Mike DiPietro.
David Ayer's got to win against the Leafs, man. It
Yeah.
works sometimes, but like teams want to keep guys like Andrew Hammond around because they need that insurance, right? Like Montreal, they lost Price. Well, you know that right away. They lost Allen, the backup, and then Montembeault comes in. He's played okay, and then they have to use their fourth string goalie because obviously Montembeault can't play every game because Price is out long term. Allen's out 8 weeks, so they're like, okay, let's use our fourth string goalie, Ken Primo. He's getting lit up like crazy. So like, okay, now we need another guy. So we need a fifth string goalie. Like it's crazy to think like every goalie seems to be getting injured this year. Like every single one of them. I don't know why, but every team seems to be needing. Well, I do know why. It's COVID, but every team needs to stockpile goalies right now. So if you're Chicago, you're sitting on Marc-Andre Fleury, a capable goalie who's known for good playoff performances, who's won a few cups, Vezina winner last year. Just sit on that throne, man, and demand the world. Like just get a bunch of stuff for Fleury if you can, if the market's there, and it seems like it should be.
Yeah. Should we move on to Mr.
yeah.
Jack Eichel?
Ooh, Jack Eichel, yeah, his first games today, right?
Yeah, is anyone gonna watch it?
Uh,
I have him on
recap?
fantasy, so of course I'm gonna watch it.
Mhm. I'll take a peek.
Take a peek. Yeah, I think it's gonna be people are gonna remember how good this guy is. Like he is such a crazy impact. I'm just pissed that he's in the Canucks division because he's gonna be a terror. Like having Pacioretty and Stone is one thing, and Pacioretty's a great scorer, but like Eichel is something else, man. I still think he's one of like the top 10 stars in the league, and I think he'll show it on Vegas. He's better supported in Vegas as well. Vegas is always good no matter what, like every single year, and now they're just gonna get a little bit better with Eichel. So
a little bit, a lot better with Eichel. Although they lose Alex
Yeah.
Tuck, but I mean,
Yeah.
I think I trade
Did
away
they
my
also lose Mark
second
Stone?
part.
What?
Well,
No,
Mark
no.
Stone's injured.
He's
Yeah.
injured.
Oh, okay.
Like I think I trade away my third line right winger / second line right winger for Jack Eichel any day of the week. You know what I mean?
I think so.
It's Jack Eichel. He's so good. He's been playing on Buffalo his entire career and still managed to always be in the top 10 in scoring. I think you give him Pacioretty on the wing, and then when Mark Stone's healthy, obviously come playoff time, you throw Eichel, Pacioretty, and Mark Stone on one line all together. That is like the dream team, the dream line from the Atlantic Division 2015. Like, think about it. Eichel, like when he was young, like around when he was drafted, Pacioretty and Mark Stone. Like, those were the guys, right? Those were the guys in the Atlantic Division at the time. I love it. I'm all for it. I'm cheering for Vegas now. They have Pacioretty, they have Eichel. I love Mark Stone.
I won't allow it. I'm not allowing you to cheer for Vegas. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I was like,
Yeah,
it'd
me
be easy
neither.
to cheer from that side of the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna cheer for them in the playoffs for their division. If Vancouver makes it, though, I'll probably cheer for Vancouver or maybe Calgary. I'm not sure yet, but a small part of me is definitely gonna be cheering for Vegas to see them win, just with Eichel, just for Eichel to win something finally. This poor guy, man, been trapped his entire
I
career.
mean, at least he makes the playoffs. That's like
there you
without
go.
even playing a game, at least he makes the playoffs.
Could you imagine somehow Vegas just misses the playoffs? They just go on a
just
crazy.
totally bomb.
Buffalo gets the first overall pick.
Or like,
Imagine from Vegas the first overall pick. That'd be insane.
Oh,
yeah.
I kind of want to see it. Are we cynical?
A little.
Oh yeah.
Are we-
Yeah.
Well, like,
We're Canadian hockey fans, guys. What do you expect? We haven't won a cup
Or
since
it'd be
'93.
funny-
Any of us?
Are we sad?
A
Are we
little.
sad?
a little bit. Little bit.
Oh,
Anyway. Also, Yager turned 50 the other day, and he's still playing.
of course he is.
I
don't
think he has
wants
to,
play
though.
anymore. I think he's forced to play to keep his
No,
He's
he
being
abs
wants
and
played
hockey
out of-
team
he
alive.
wants to, man.
No, I
think it's a little bit of
Abroop,
both.
you're onto it. I think I saw an article about this like last year.
Yeah, like he wants.
It's
to
a little
stall,
bit of
I
both,
think.
because if his club doesn't play well, then it folds.
Exactly.
So he doesn't want to, but it's not like he's dreading every day. He
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
he's also a 50-year-old playing professional hockey.
I think
Imagine
he wants
that,
to
that
retire.
kind of. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, imagine that kind of pressure. Like, even if you wanted to retire, because I didn't know about the whole club folding thing. Like, it's
Mhm.
like so many other people involved in that organization, like
Yeah.
jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, well, like if you're out, we're gone. Like, I don't know. The
Yo,
guy just wants
well,
to retire.
Yo,
Sad.
I
That's
see
kinda
J
sad.
God making a nice comment in here saying Yager returned to Habs low key. Imagine he's like, you know what? I just want to retire, man. He's like, Habs, can you like buy this team for me? And then he just goes plays for the Habs for the rest of the season as a meme,
Buy the
and
whole
then
team.
and then they just kind of let the team fold with their money. That'd be kind of funny. That'd be
Honestly,
kinda
now that
funny.
we're talking about Yager, I know we're talking about this power play question later about choose a Netflix series to base a player or like for a player or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Yager would be a
yeah.
good one. You kind of just look at him and he's so done of hockey. But
He's
like
depressed.
the team, yeah, he's like all sad. He's like,
He's on
"Oh,
painkillers.
back to the rink we go again," and he just wants to get out of it. And then he has to like do like a little Batman planned death scene, at the end of the Dark Knight. Like,
He explodes his hockey stick at the end of it.
yeah, that would have been good. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
Big Bagel Ham says they watch the hell out of that show. Well, there you go. I should be a showrunner.
Mhm.
I should
Honestly,
just
with
wait.
some of the shows coming out nowadays, that would be a really good show. That'd be a
Honestly,
really good show.
yeah, Big Bagel Ham. Just wait till you see some of our show choices later on because there's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be some good ones. Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, why don't we move on to the hot seat? Kevin, we're going to put you on the hot seat. There's 4 of us asking questions for a minute straight. Chat, if you have any questions for Kevin during the hot
Please.
seat, let them be known. I'll ask them on your behalf. So, guys, don't worry about looking at chat. I'll ask the questions from chat. So we'll start off the hot seat for Kevin. I'll get a minute-long timer. We'll do a minute and a half because there's 4 of us, so we need a bit more
Let me
time.
just preface this by saying for you guys in chat, I know literally nothing about any topic.
It's all good. It's all good.
Except Tim Duncan.
Okay.
Except Tim Duncan.
Yeah,
So I'll-
Tim
yeah.
Duncan.
Jay got also, just before we get into the hot seat, also just a league update. Supposedly there was a fight today. Cedric Paquette and Romanov got into a fight at practice. Quite honestly, if I'm Kent Hughes and I have to pick between the two players, Cedric Paquette, get out of my face, get out of here, you're done. The fans, this guy's from Quebec, right? So you'd think a lot of us would
That's
like
a good
this guy.
thing, though.
A lot of the fans have hated on Cedric Paquette. Like the French fans, the English fans, everybody has hated Cedric
kinda
Paquette.
sucks.
And I don't know
He
why.
sucks.
I feel kind of bad for the guy because I'm kind of like secretly rooting for him to succeed. But now here he is fighting one of our best prospects in practice. Like, I don't know. Get out of here. Like, get off my team, man. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
Get out of here.
Go home.
remember when Zach Sanford and Roberto Bertuzzo got into a fight? Yeah. And then they won the cup. It's good things ahead.
So you're saying Montreal's going to win every game in this season, miraculously make the
I
playoffs,
actually think
and win the Stanley Cup? I'm down.
um
I'm
No,
down.
Well, I mean,
here's my
I mean,
thinking. You know in NHL, like when you actually play the game and you fight and you're fighting, and whoever wins the fight, you get an energy boost for your team. Here's the 5-head play from Paquette. He's thinking that if I fight someone from my own team, whoever wins this fight, we're gonna get an energy boost regardless. See, that's
the high level
awesome.
intellectual.
I
thinking.
like that.
high IQ thinking.
he's playing
And
chess,
this is
not
why-
checkers.
I'm thinking.
Here,
I-
Mike is not understanding Paquette, and he's bashing him, and Kevin's
Yeah.
like, "No, I got the IQ.
No,
I know what's
I
happening."
see it.
This is why Kevin's on the hot seat,
Yeah.
guys. This is why
Exactly.
Kevin's on the hot seat.
Number one Cedric Paquette fan. It's Clarkson.
Oh,
It's
always.
Clarkson.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Okay.
hot seat. I'll start us off, and then so we'll do me, Ponchi, Abroop, Berta, and then me, Ponchi, Abroop, Berta. Okay. So,
Oh my God.
Kevin, are you ready to be put on the hot seat here?
Wait. What's the order again? I forgot.
So myself.
Holy crap! Are you can't follow? There's 4 of you. 4 names. Like what?
I'm just doing it in order for myself to. I'm doing clockwise. So myself, Ponch,
Okay.
you, Harjan.
And then Berta.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that
Yeah.
Just call me Harjan.
is that
Harjan.
bad?
Man.
Yeah, you call him Jan for
Jin.
short.
Oh,
okay.
okay. I thought I said something bad. for
No,
a
no,
second.
no.
Yeah,
Don't worry
his
about
parents
it.
call him Jan.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Moving on.
Yeah.
I thought I said something bad for a second. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, you ready?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. So, Kevin, first question. How did it feel to be forgotten in so many movies and left home alone?
Good man. That's a classic.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, thrive on my own. That's my answer.
Are you going to the Renaissance Fair?
Renaissance fair. Is that the question?
Yeah.
It's just all Kevin stuff. Hey man, I don't think this has ever happened in Vancouver. I've never. If I mean, Vancouver guys, you can tell me. Like, but has there ever been a Renaissance fair here in Vancouver?
I don't know, but let's
I
go to
don't
one
legit
if we ever find
one
one.
now.
I'd,
Yeah.
I'd be down. That'd be my first
All right,
live stream.
if you could have the skills of either Tim Duncan or Wayne Gretzky, which one would it be?
Oh, do you even know me? Sorry, like for anyone in chat that does not know, I'm a big San Antonio Spurs fan. I don't know what I'm doing on this podcast where we're talking about. I'm not even the right sport. Let's be honest. No, but yeah, I'm a Tim Duncan fan. So obviously, I would pick Wayne Gretzky. Just for the records, for the records.
How does it feel to be compared to the great Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart.
I mean,
Well,
you guys are you get the same name, but like you still look smaller than him. No?
Because Kevin Hart is what, like he's like 4'7" or something. I don't know. I won't look that up. I mean, actually, it's funny. Abroop is he's the only one who's seen me in person, so he can attest to this. I'm actually like 8 feet tall.
He's short as hell.
So-
Kevin,
Don't listen to that guy. No, don't listen to that guy. Yeah, I often have to answer, or tell people, how the weather is up here. So
Oh yeah, really. Okay. It was actually a two-parter question. My second part of the question was why I don't have my Valentine's gift from you yet.
4 for you, Glen Coco. You go,
You
Glen
go,
Coco.
Coco.
All my Valentines went to Glen Coco. What can I say? See,
All right,
Ponch
man.
knows.
All right. Well, that was pretty much the time, so I'll ask one more question.
Holy
Just chat.
shit.
Yeah,
Should we
we're
go-
already 2 minutes
should we go,
in,
like-
so
Let's ask
Oh
one
yeah,
more
there's
in.
1 minute.
we'll do one more each.
Yeah.
We'll do one more each. So
We'll do one more
this
each.
is on behalf of chat from Dad9 Sports. Favorite goalie ever?
Favorite goalie ever?
This is the right answer.
I want to say Kirk McLean because I'm like classic Canucks. But
Were you even alive for Kirk McLean?
for the feistiness and the fact that he just slashed people, Hextall.
Nice.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Bonchi?
Because if I were a goalie, that's how I would play.
Would you rather have Wayne Gretzky's hair or Tim Duncan's cargo shorts? MVP caliber cargo shorts.
Oh shoot! I mean, the cargo shorts are just so functional, right? You can put everything there. Multiple pockets. Could I have Tim Duncan's hair and Wayne Gretzky's cargo shorts? Could we do that? He probably
can
has
do
some
that.
good ones. Yeah, Tim. Yeah, let's do that. I'll switch it.
All right, Tim Duncan shows up at your house, and he offers to bestow his basketball ability upon you so that you can go pro, but it comes with a caveat. Every time you and your wife do the funky, he gets to be in the room to watch.
What?
Do you accept or do you reject?
Oh, jeez. That's
Why is this even a question? That's a yes.
yeah. This is Bad Nine
This is the
Sports
hot
is
seat.
accept easy.
All caps except.
Yeah, it's the real questions.
Take my money.
That's easy. Except I don't know, man. Tim Duncan doesn't strike me as the voyeuristic type who just sits in the corner, like. But I don't know for that basketball ability. Wait, okay. Here's my question or my statement or my answer. That question you ask me under the assumption that I don't already have the same skills as Tim Duncan playing basketball. So you've never seen me play. You don't know how good I am.
People who aren't good at whatever they're talking about say.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm decent at basketball. Just for the hell of it, I would accept.
You would accept.
Because then I mean,
he's not even thinking about his misses. He's
I'd
just
have Tim Duncan in my life, guys. He'd be
That
be
is
there.
true.
He'd be there
he'd
so
be,
often.
You could talk to him
You have dinner
every
with
night.
you
Yeah.
afterwards as well.
He'd be there. What is that?
I mean,
he'd be there daily.
I'm sure he needs a meal.
Yeah, 5 times a day.
Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up.
Yo, sorry to intervene, but chat just Dad Nine Sports just roasted, not roasted, more like called me out. Because Spider from Naruto asked us to pick a guy from any position, like any forward, defense, center, whatever, and from any team and put him onto your team. And I'm like, oh, John Scott, every position, as a joke. And then Dad Nine Sports writes, "Some lazy guy 09, title of your sex tape."
That's good.
John
That's
Scott,
good.
every position.
All right, last one, Kevin. This is an easy one. All right, what are you more excited for? Multiverse of Madness or the Batman?
I got my tickets to Batman, by the way. But I would have to say Multiverse of
Let's
Madness.
go.
All right.
I'm a Batman fan. I like Matt Reeves too, and
Yeah.
it looks awesome. But just the implications of Multiverse of Madness, I think it's just gonna have a huge kind of ripple effect.
It's gonna be
That
crazy.
trailer though was insane.
Mhm.
Pretty
Oh my
good.
god.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
When's it come out?
Mr. Patrick Stewart. May.
May. Yeah.
May? That's
May
soon.
6th.
Okay, I can handle May. I thought you were gonna say Christmas for a second. I would have cried.
No.
All right, let's move on. Thank you, Kevin, for being on the hot seat. By the way, we appreciate that. Every new guest gets put on the hot seat their first
Yeah,
time.
it was pretty hot, but thanks.
So for pardon?
Nothing. Go on.
Oh, okay. So for our next topic, we're gonna move on to the trade deadline manifestation. So we're gonna try to manifest some trade deadline moves. Ponch and I were discussing about this earlier, but just a quick reminder for those of you listening, feel free to drop a follow or hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. On my channel, Some Lazy Guys 09, I host a podcast every Wednesday and Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be discussing a different timeline going forward, but just for now, that is the current schedule. And I will post a new schedule on my Twitch stream schedule as soon as it happens. Or you can follow us, the Fan Connection Podcast, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or YouTube. So hope to see you guys there as well. Your support means so much to us, and we appreciate everyone hanging out today. We see a lot of new first-time chatters as well today, so we appreciate you all for stopping by. Anyway, our next topic, the trade deadline manifestations. Ponchi, you had a very interesting one in the, I guess, not pregame, but when we were talking before the podcast. So what was that one again? I want to hear it.
So it's a three-way trade between the San Jose Sharks, the Montreal Canadiens, and the Ottawa Senators. So San Jose trades Mark-Edward Vlasic, Alexander Barabanov, and their 2024 first-round pick to Montreal for Sami Niku, Yoel Armia. And then Ottawa trades their first round pick, their third round pick to Montreal. Montreal gives up Yoel Armia to San Jose, Matthew Perreault to Ottawa, Josh Anderson to Ottawa, Lucas Viejamo to Ottawa, Sami Niku to San Jose, Cameron Hillis to Ottawa. It's a big trade.
A bit, yeah. That's a humongous trade.
Yeah, it was an interesting trade though, Ponch. Because I like that Montreal's taking on salary. Like I think we talked about this earlier. The only thing I disagreed with is maybe Ottawa being involved. I think it would have been maybe a cup contender, not Ottawa giving up their picks. But I like your thinking. I like where your head's at with San Jose trying to shed some
Ottawa is a
salary.
cup contender. I'm talking about.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, just because Melnick says so, it's true, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that guy is interesting. But he's rich, so he can say whatever he wants, I guess, right?
I guess so.
You're not wrong.
Guess
You're
that's
not
how
wrong.
it works, right?
At least in the NHL, it is.
Yeah. I mean, it
Guys, he was
seems
just
like
emotional.
it seems, you know what? We've actually had a couple of three-way trades throughout the years, haven't we? So it's not that far-fetched, right,
Hmm.
Fawn? I don't
Well,
even know how to
'cause I-
comment on this. Like, honestly, it sounds like everything fits. It sounds like
Yeah.
but I don't know if it's gonna happen. But it sounds like it'll work out.
Well, okay, nice.
Yeah, no, I think we all kind of just heard it and said, "Oh, that sounds like it could be an NHL trade."
Punch for
Um,
GM. That's
yeah.
that's what I think of this. It's like, you know what? He has the IQ. He's thinking smart. He's thinking about cap, thinking about roster players, thinking about prospects. He's got it all in his head. He's just you know what? Punch for GM.
And I'm seeing J God say Paquette to any team for a 7th, Paquette to any team for literally a bag of pucks. I don't care. Anything. Literally anything to get this guy off my team. I feel like Tampa Bay is going to give up a 5th round pick for him. I just have that feeling. Calling it now. Paquette to Tampa Bay for a 5th. Calling it right now. Or a 6th.
Clip it. Clip it. We'll look back.
Clip that. I'm calling it right now. I'll clip
Why
that.
should we
I
get a
don't even
first?
care. Clip that. I clipped
Worth
it.
the first.
I don't really have one properly. I mean, for me, it's just I'm a Canucks fan, and there's lots of trade rumors about Mr. JT Miller, who I call Jonathan Miller, and I think if there is going to be a trade, what I would want is a defenseman, a right-hand defenseman, who I think would be Braden Schneider from the Rangers. But I would also like a first-round pick as well, based on what Toffoli just got. They can definitely go for a first, a prospect, and probably another player. But what I would actually do is I would do Miller and Mott together in the trade, because Mott's another guy that teams are calling on and do like, because he's on a expiring deal. He's on a really good deal right now. He'd be a good bottom six guy. So Miller and Mott, and I would do Philip Hedl, Braden Schneider, a first round pick, and I would just want any roster player. So that's what I would do. Only under the assumption Miller does not want to sign here, and under the assumption that Mott will probably not sign here. So that's the trade I'm manifesting.
I like that trade. Do you think the Rangers would want to give up Braden Schneider though? Because
I don't think they want to be honest.
Yeah.
It sounds like they don't want to, but that's the best option for Canucks to do.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so funny. Like, imagine though. So the Rangers trade away JT Miller, right? They trade him to Tampa Bay. Was that the original trade?
Yeah.
And then he gets traded to Vancouver from Tampa Bay. So it's like, okay, so they trade JT Miller. So now when they reacquire JT Miller, do you look at what they first gave up? Or sorry, first received for JT Miller? Look at what they gave up. And if what they gave up is more than what they received, would you say, they had a net loss on JT Miller? Is that how you look at it? Or do you say, no, they just did a rental in a different year?
I don't know, because the thing is, like, it's kind of like a ripple effect. Because I don't think if they like who knows if they would have had Panarin, for example, right?
Sure.
Like you never know how the discussions would have changed and how the contract stuff would have worked out. So I mean, you can look at it like that, but I wouldn't look. I don't think they are going to look at it like that, because JT Miller is definitely now a better player than he was back then, right? Like he's
That's
definitely
true.
improved. So
Since
That's
his
another
time in
look at it.
Tampa, he's definitely come a
Yeah.
long way.
yeah.
Okay, well that's fair. And you guys have any other trades you want to bring up?
Well, Jay God says Caulfield for McDavid in a first, and I agree because you know what, Caulfield, you know
Worth
what,
more.
he's definitely worth it, right? He's definitely worth more. He's about as tall as Abroop, and a little more skill.
You know, I've learned recently that Connor Garland is shorter than me.
I don't think that's true.
No, because I was talking to, okay, so let me get out of the way. I work at the arena and I work with people who work with the players, and I was asking someone, how tall is Connor Garland? And she was like, he's about up to here. And I was like, what? But he's
That's-
built
yeah.
like five. I was like, he's built 5'9". It's like, yeah,
I want to see.
he's like up to here, and I was like,
Okay, you're not 5'9".
That's
though.
not accurate.
no,
like,
I'm not 5'9", but no, they lie about their heights.
yeah, but they,
Do you think
I
he's
don't
think
5'9"
they lie
on
about their
skates?
heights.
Do you think he's
I know
5'9"
I'm
on
not
Connor
skates?
5'9".
Garland's about here. Yeah. Oh no, that's definitely 5'9".
He's like
I can do the same
5'8",
thing.
apparently.
No.
You just put my arm up at an
like-
arbitrary level and just be like, yeah, that's how tall Connor Garland
Well,
is.
I can't stand up, but like you get what I'm saying.
No, I
Like,
want you to
he's
stand
not.
up for all
They're
the
lying.
people
They're
listening.
lying.
You need
But
to
my
stand up.
headphones aren't long
Yeah,
enough.
can you stand up beside like a can of Coke for like size, like just
That's-
for?
And now we can estimate like about
too short
here
for a
your
can of
height.
Coke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
How many
Alright, so
Abroop's tall is Connor Garland?
5'7". I'm like
He's like
5'7",
1.
5'8".
you're not
Connor Garland's like
5'8".
I'm like 5'7" on a good day.
And then what are you gonna say next? I'm 5'6" on a good day.
I'm like 5'3" on a good day.
Oh my god, it's getting worse.
No, the
Actually,
number
Kevin,
just
I'm
keeps
actually the
dropping.
same
I'm a
height as
little
Kevin Hart.
concerned.
Oh man.
Yeah, but Connor Garland's like short. Like, he's shorter than he's like listed as. It's like wrestling. When they like
Well-
build the wrestlers that's like 7 feet tall, but he's like 6'1" or whatever.
Have you seen his wind up like with a stick all the way in the air like this, like literally pointing straight up? Have you seen it before?
No,
Okay, well he
I
does
don't
that.
watch the
He
house
literally.
hockey.
Well, I mean, it's not like you work at the arena. It's not like you just. Okay, you know what? Whatever. Anyway, so he has a stick winded all the way up here in the slot, right? He's literally like, it looks like he's a tower. Like, it looks like he's just pointing it straight in the air. And so me and my friend kind of laugh at it all the time. Like, why is he just like, why is this wind up like over his head? Like, what is he doing? And I think the reason why is because he's so short. So like the players won't see him on the ice. So the stick is like kind of like a flag. You know, that's what we decided.
That's a little sad. Not gonna lie.
Maybe it's because he's so low down to the ice that he has the time to go
Yeah.
all the way up there. Like players who are taller don't have the time to go all the way up here down to the
Yeah.
ice before someone checks them. But he's so short that his time to go down
he's got
is
got
that
short
much
arms.
faster.
Yeah.
You know, the
but
fraction
then
of a second.
How many high sticking penalties has Connor Garland had?
Oh, you
in
don't
the
have to
last little
worry.
bit?
Even when he towers his stick like that, it
Yeah.
doesn't quite reach
That's,
anybody.
that's
It'll
what
be
I'm
like
saying.
stomach
Exactly.
height. Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets more spears in the crotch than
Yeah. And this
High
has been
stick.
theories with the fan connection. Tune in next time to hear the next theory.
Anyway, to move away from the conspiracy theory about Connor Garland's
Right.
height, Kev Player in chat is saying that the Habs have to include a pick to get rid of that Petrie contract. I disagree wholeheartedly. If the Petrie contract was even a doubt from the get-go for a team, they'd just retain salary. It's not a big deal.
Hmm.
But also, Petrie is still very highly valued by every team in the league. Like, or not every. Like, I'd say most managers still value Petrie the same way he was valued during the Cup run. Because you look at a guy who's just upset by being in Montreal, and he's definitely turned his game around since St. Louis took over. He just didn't. Petrie hated Dominic Ducharme. He made it very clear. In every interview he had, he was always like, "I hate the structure." Didn't say I hate it explicitly, but he kept talking about the structure and how bad it was. So Petrie definitely didn't like Dominic Ducharme, and so like a GM from another team would look at that. But okay, Petrie's value is a bit lower than it probably could be if he was playing at his peak performance. But this is a guy I want because he has Stanley Cup playoff pedigree. He's proven he can play top 2 minutes, but he thrives on the second pairing. So if you're a team like, say, Tampa Bay, who doesn't really have a top right-handed defenseman other than Eric Cernak, you'd be like, oh, Jeff Petrie could fill in the right side really nicely. That way we can run Hedman Petrie or Hedman Sergachev. That's what they want to stick to, or Hedman Cernak. Then they can do McDonough Sergachev, or they can do McDonough Petrie, Sergachev Petrie. They give a lot of options there, and it allows McDonough, Sergachev, and Hedman to all play on their proper left-handed side. So that's definitely an option for a team like Tampa Bay, or they can keep McDonough on his offside with Sergachev and throw Petrie with Hedman, because Petrie thrives when he plays with a really good, solid defensive guy like Hedman. So I think think teams like that would be more than willing to take on Petrie without having to retain salary or having to give up picks.
Does Tampa have the cap space to do so?
No, and I'm not saying he's going to Tampa, especially because they're in the division. I'm just saying that as an example. Mm-hmm. You know, that's a team.
I was going to say, who's on LTIR?
Oh,
who's on LTIR for Tampa?
Kucherov is still on LTIR.
Petrie's going to Tampa.
Bro, retain half salary on Petrie, throw back some random guy with a somewhat cap hit, and then boom. Petrie's in
number
Tampa.
one bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care. Bro, the guy wants to talk about number one bullshit. Are you kidding me? The guy sits on the sideline the whole year and comes back the first game of playoffs. That's number one bullshit, in my opinion. I don't take the cup away from Tampa. I don't take away any of that because I think Tampa's a great team. But anyway, I think
Mike's
a lot
like
of
one of those,
upset.
where it's like when your friend gets out of a relationship and you're just like, "Oh, how you doing? You're over it now? You good?" And Mike's like, "Yeah, I'm good," but like, fuck this.
Bro, no, I'm just saying. Like, if he wants to call it number one bullshit, I don't know. Their cap stuff is a little sketch, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I think it is number one bullshit.
I mean, but also Stone's now on LTIR the day Eichel comes back. So.
Oh, I agree, and I know Stone's had a back injury his entire career, but
anyway,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
NHL, man. That's what you got to do to win now. You just got to play below the cap during the season, have a good team that makes the playoffs, and then bring in an extra $20 million, and then you're set because there's no cap in the playoffs because reasons. God, the NHL, man. It is just stupid. All right, let's move on to the first power play topic of today. I am not participating in the power play. I am a mere judge, and I will act as the voice for chat in terms of, and as a mediary for you guys as well. So we're going to start off with the first power play topic. Each person, so the four of you guys, picked a player in the NHL to star in a TV show. So I made a cover for each television/movie that I thought fit the player the best, and based on your ideas, that's what I kind of put it together. So without any further ado, the first person on my list for the TV show is Kevin. Kevin, you're the guest today. You get to start us off. Who did you pick for a TV show and why? I'll give you a solid 2 minutes because it is a power play.
All right, my TV show. I haven't thought of a title yet. I thought we could, figure that out. Brock's Barbershop. There it is. Oh, you thought of one. Amazing. So we all know that Brock Besser has the best hair in the league. It's not up for debate. He just has the best flow. You know what it is? He looks like what's his face? Prince Charming from the Shrek series. I heard legend on the streets, they say that he was actually that wasn't a CGI character model. That was actually just Brock Besser, just making a little cash on the side while he was coming up. But anyway, so Brock's Barbershop would be the next Netflix hit. He would go around the league, just transforming the lives of players. Like if only Ryan Getzlav had Brock Besser's help. Just with that, terrible growing balding spot. I think helmets nowadays do nothing, or always have done nothing for men's scalp hair. And I just think Brock Besser has it figured out. We don't know what it is. What does he put on to keep that flow going? And I just think it would be a sick show for him to go around the league, making friends. Just he doesn't have to cut their hair. That's not what he's about. He's about getting length, flow, and that kind of golden retriever like coat going on, in all different colors and whatnot. So I just think that would be a dope show to watch. Him just kind of on a tear throughout the league, not on the ice, but in the barbershop. Just kind of changing people's lives for the better. Because when people retire from hockey, you know what they say? The only thing that people have once they're a retired hockey player is their hair. Like that's number one thing.
That's what they say. That's what
they all say. That's what I hear.
That's what they say.
Afterwards. Hey, did someone not ask me if I wanted Wayne Gretzky's hair?
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you.
Brock Besser's hair.
But then
man.
you settled for his shorts.
I know. I was an idiot. Okay, that's past Kevin. So, anyways, that Netflix show is gonna be on the number one. You know when you've got your like top 10 list, number one easily for like 10 weeks straight.
Yep, I'm with you on that one. And with that in mind, your power play is up. Your time's up on the power play. Let's move on, and we'll keep questions and everything for the like 2-minute mediary session that we'll have. So, Ponchi,
Cool.
you're up next. What is your TV show and why?
I have Brent Burns is hunting and fishing and farming. Brent Burns, obviously, look, you don't even know if that's photoshopped or not. Like that looks like a proper show. Brent Burns, aside from like hockey, he's a big hunter, he's a big traveler, and he's a farmer. Let's invest in Burns. His defense is okay, but his personality is 10 out of 10. And that's all I've got to say.
Yeah, that's a good picture.
Thank you. I did my
That's
absolute
actually-
best on this one.
Pretty good.
Wait, that's not a Photoshop? Or that's a Photoshop? I couldn't
What are you
tell.
talking about? I took that photo with Brent Burns and I made the whole TV show. What do you mean?
That
produced
Did that grizzly have the same gaps in his teeth as Burns?
Yeah, they
So-
were matching actually. They
Right,
were,
yeah.
they are born twins, but the bear grew a longer beard, so it covered
Right.
his entire body. So that's oh god. Okay, next up is gonna be Abroop's TV show. Abroop, what do you got for us today?
All right. So, who remembers O.J. Simpson?
Everyone
Do you
remembers
remember-
O.J.
do you-
Simpson?
Do you remember how
Lawsuits, that's good.
how gripping his case was on America and on the world as a whole? It was a polarizing case. It was nationally it was like the most viewed thing ever, right? So I'm saying is we do that before Evander Kane. But this time we have a documentary crew by his side. So A, you got a documentary out of it, and then B, you get a show out of it. That's 2 income streams for Evander Kane just to spend right on gambling. Right?
And it keeps the
And
show going.
document that. Exactly. New seasons. It never ends. It's a never ending cycle.
Exactly.
I'm making so much money and it's so much exposure for the league. We can have an OJ Simpson like special. He can host the whole thing. Like it's great. Overall, I think I have a very solid show, and anyone else who disagrees is wrong.
Do you want to throw a featured episode on Rocky Wirtz and his emotional outbursts that he occasionally has?
Absolutely. I think anybody who has any slight bit of controversy, just slap him. Just
Okay.
have a guest spot. Once we're on season 44
I'll
of
reach out.
Evander Kane, yeah, once Evander Kane's on season 44 of just like he's a bum at this point. His wife's left him. His kid's like 73 years old. He's still gambling.
Jesus,
I think
man.
I think we got something, guys.
I think so
I
too.
think we got something.
But your time's up, so let's move on to Berta's show. Berta, what do you got for us?
So Berta show, better known as the best show, because I've just heard absolute nonsense so far. So I don't actually have the right picture here because that's my fault. I didn't tell Mike properly what kind of show it's going to be. So this is a six-part show, okay? 6 episodes, and it's about Jamie Benn, okay? It's called the Jamie Benn heist. And so what it is this is a little bit fictional. So we're gonna have this backstory of the Dallas Stars actually snaking Jamie Benn's family in some way, okay? And his dad got out of work and it just ruined their whole family. The family got a divorce and all that. And that's gonna be in the first episode. And you just see Ben as a kid, and he's just all sad. He's like, "Oh, screw those Dallas Stars," you know? So what did Jamie Benn do? This guy got to work, okay? He started putting in the work, putting in the hours, okay? And he got really good at hockey. And he got super good. He got so good. He's like, the plan isn't even revealed yet. It's not revealed. We're just wondering, like, why is Jamie Benn trying to play hockey? Why? What is he doing? Why does he want to play for the Dallas Stars? He gets drafted by Dallas, okay, and he starts putting up major points. He wins the Art Ross, and then it happens, man. The thing happens at the end of the series. So this is all happening. So we're seeing all his accomplishments throughout all these 5 episodes. The sixth episode, the twist, the major twist, he gets paid $9.5 million. And what happens after that? He has robbed the Dallas Stars now. He has robbed them fully, okay? And they are now a franchise. Yes, by working for them, he has robbed them.
He's
And
already
now,
robbed them with a 10 mil contract.
that's what I'm saying. With the 10 mil contract, he has robbed them of all this money. So now they can't do anything anymore. He's running the Dallas Stars into the ground. And this is how he's got revenge on the Dallas Stars. And he's avenged his family. So that is my story about Jamie Benn.
All right, that's okay.
Jeez,
So you
spoiler
should have just
alert.
ran with the, in my humble opinion, you should have
Why
ran
did-
with the two out the handle.
You might as well.
But
Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
All right.
Anyway, let's get into the debates now. Hey, thank you, CRVT _! For the follow. We appreciate that, supporting the podcast and the channel. We appreciate that as always. All right, let's move in to the debates. I'll give you guys each a question. Chat, ask your, sorry CRVT, the sound alerts are disabled during the podcast. I sincerely apologize to you for
Scamming
that.
you, just like Jamie Benn.
So, okay. Chat and CRVT, you get to ask a question, and I will, no matter what, use your question because I feel bad, and that's what your dog points will pay for. But chat, ask away, ask a question to each of these lovely individuals and their TV shows. Hard-hitting questions, ask them anything to throw them off, and then we'll pick at the end our favorite TV show / series that we'd want to see live on TV, for real, on Netflix. Okay, so I'll start off with a question. Oh, perfect. Cheese Whiz. How are you going to spoil the whole show and expect to get views, Berta Man? What do you say?
Well, the
say
thing
to that?
is, I'm a showrunner, right? I'm pitching the show, so I have to pitch exactly what's going to happen in the show. So I'm telling you it's a 6-part series. I'm being very detailed with it, so you guys know how the show's gonna go. And the thing is like this show, it has something for everybody. You know, it has the Rocky training montage of him becoming a hockey player. You know, and it has the romance with him and his wife. That's another thing. It has a family drama, you know, that everybody deals with. Everyone has some family drama. People who have divorced parents, it's in this show too. And if you ever wanted to see a heist, it's at the end of the show. It's the whole twist, you know, and that's like the whole thing about the show that has every single thing that everybody likes. There's comedy too. Like you just like look at the title or look at the picture, the picture of the show. You can just see like that's the whole thing, man. It's all funny. It's all funny. It's action, comedy, drama, suspenseful, all of that. So that's why I think my show is the best one. I have so much to say about you
Tons
guys'
of hot
shows.
singles on an island together.
Exactly. Yeah, that's part of the show too. That's part of the show too.
Somewhere
but-
in there, somewhere in the 6 parts.
Yeah. Somewhere in the 6 parts. But let me just go on really quick though about this Brock's barbershop. Guys, have you seen Brock Besser do an interview? Are you telling me this guy can carry a show in any way?
Yes.
He carried, what do you mean? He already carried Shrek. We were just told. We were just told that he was
He held
confirmed
his
to
own
be
with Mike Myers. Okay.
Prince
I
Charming.
don't even. He wasn't even the best part of that movie though, man. Come
I
on.
love Prince Charming. He's in all
That's
kinds of
true,
movies. He's
does
a prince in
have-
other movies.
You are the judge,
charismatic
sir. Why are you
skill.
defending for Mr. Kevin?
Sorry, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin, take over. I was being nice to our new
appreciate
guest. Kevin, I will no longer help you.
Anti-Besser.
I
Brock does
think
have-
I think what you guys are failing to see is that this show brings reality to it. Okay, Berta's has been so carefully and terribly orchestrated in 6 parts. Like that show doesn't know what it's trying to be. Okay, this show knows what it's gonna be. Okay, it's not some weird family drama mixed in with a romance, mixed in with a height. Like that's too many. He's juggling too many things. This show is straight up one of the okay. Brock Besser's not. He's not the most extroverted kind of guy, but I think it matters who his guests are going to be, right? And the focus is on the hair. All right, we've seen what the guy can do on the ice. We've seen anyway, we've seen what he can do on the ice. I'd love to just get him with a bunch of balding guest stars and try to help him out. Some of the most uplifting television that people really enjoy are when people's, have you ever seen like Extreme Makeover Home Edition when like, families that need help get help? What better show to watch? Yeah.
So his whole
yeah,
show is
exactly.
about Brock Besser flexing his hair on bald people.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's gonna
That's what I'm hearing.
we're talking wigs, we're talking Rogaine, we're talking whatever people need
Whatever
to get the
necessary.
flow. Exactly. Yeah.
All
We're
right.
just
All
gonna
right.
we're gonna throw a bunch of cash at it.
We're all right. We're nearing our time for the debating time, I guess, the debating period, whatever we want to call it. Ponch, we need a question for you. So if one of the other three wants to ask Ponch a question, and if one of you guys wants to ask Abroop a question, now is your chance. Try to take these guys down, poke holes in their TV shows.
My show is solid. There's no you can't poke any holes in it.
What was your
It's,
show again? It's so forgettable. I don't even know what it was.
I'm sorry, who are you again?
What show? Well, actually, what show was it? I don't even know what
No,
show.
but who
it
are
was.
you?
But who are you?
Who are
I
you?
can't even see your
Who
face
are
right
you?
now. Okay, now I see it.
Lawsuit.
Oh, this show. Are you
Lawsuit.
kidding me right now? Evander Kane is gonna gamble his way on his set and just like not even show up on set, dude. How are you gonna film this show?
You know what a documentary is? We follow him. He doesn't follow
Ooh.
us.
Oh,
Oh,
you got me there.
Okay.
he got you.
How's he gonna disappear if we just track him? And once the court ordered ankle tracker gets on him, it's over.
That'd be a pretty boring show. He can't leave his house.
Exactly. Like, come on.
No, it's just to track
boring
him.
product.
It's not to
Yeah,
track
it's
him.
just a tracker.
It's not to keep him
Yeah, it's
inside. It's
just-
just to track where he is so they can film him. Yeah.
Right, gotcha.
So as soon as he's on the move, they're ready to
Thank
go.
you, Mike.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Mike, for helping
got
me once again.
I got you.
I appreciate you.
I already reached out to Rocky Words. He said he'd emotionally outburst on the show, so we're good to go.
Perfect.
And then-
That's it. That's
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I keep bringing that
there's
up.
I don't know why you do, but the thing with Brent Burns' show is like, I don't even know. It's gonna be hard to film him because he looks so much like everybody else in the wild that it's just like you're gonna lose Brent Burns. That's my main
think
concern. with the show.
He's a big boy. It's kind of have you ever misplaced a grizzly bear? No,
Wait,
because they're
well,
big and distinct.
I'm already
They're a
confused as to who
bear.
the star is. Is it the grizzly bear or the
Yeah.
other grizzly bear? I can't tell.
No, it's Brent Burns plus the bear. The bear is the sidekick here. Brent Burns. He's a hunter.
Pretty
He's a
badass.
traveler, and
shut up. Kevin.
he's ready for this role. He knows how to farm. He knows what he's doing. Let's make it happen.
My main concern is you missed a major opportunity here and saying he could have been in Vikings because he was already in Vikings and you could have based show off of him in Vikings. So that's
Well,
my main concern.
He's
That's
going
what I
creative,
mean.
okay?
Ponch is
Original
about
ideas
originality
only.
here.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Why
I
don't
don't
they
know.
take-
I don't know why everyone's backing him here, but you know what?
So,
At the end of the day, Jamie Ben's heist. You got everything you want. Okay, it's a family show.
I think that's called plagiarism.
Oh.
If I take a show that's already made and then
All
just
right.
make it my own.
All right, enough of this. We're doing the vote now. So just a quick reminder as to whose show is what. Berta has what we call the
Best show.
Too Hot to Handle Jamie Benn edition. Next up is Abroop's Lawsuits Season 1, Evander Kane and the dude from Suits. I can't remember his name for some reason.
Harvey Specter.
Harvey,
Come
thank you.
on.
I'm sorry, it's been a while. And then we have Ponch's Man vs. Wild, Brent Burns, or Burnsy style as we call it. And then last but not least, Kevin's show, Brock's Barbershop, The Next Cut. Loki stole that from the actual show Barbershop, the movie, but that's okay.
It
Next-
wasn't really low key.
Next up.
Pretty high key. Stolen.
Shh. All right, chat. You have 2 minutes to let your votes be heard. Guys, if you want to vote, vote for yourselves. That way it's a bit more even. I will be also making a vote. I don't know who I want to vote for yet. It's tough. It's tough. Chat, let your
Oh, heck
opinions
yeah.
be heard.
I have
Comment
your
below.
boy Rocky Words on my show. I have your boy Rocky Words on my show. You're gonna do me dirty like that?
Bro, I made the covers for every show. I have an emotional connection to each one. The only one I'm upset about is Berta for not running with Too Hot to Handle. I thought I put a perfect image up there of Jamie Benn casually sitting in a full suit
Too hot to
in
handle
front
is
of all
such a
these people.
stupid show. Okay, I can't.
He was looking
I-
too snazzy. He was too hot for me to handle. I had to put him in there. What do you mean?
Yeah, you are right. You are right. I can take flack for that, but like that show is so dumb, man. I don't know if you've
know.
ever watched it.
So you've
I
seen it.
watched it. I've seen it all. But it is dumb.
I mean, I kind of it was entertaining enough for me to watch it. I didn't watch season
Yeah.
2, but I watched season 1 with my girlfriend. I watched bits
Season
of
two
it
well, man.
of season 2.
So just had to get that in there, eh? Just watching with my girlfriend. We were just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're
Sorry, I
just-
should just said live. I don't know.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Berta watches it for the articles.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Or
Exactly.
for the scripts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
goodness.
God.
All right. Chad's letting their votes be heard. It's a tight rate, tight tightly contested race. I don't know how I want to say that. I'm starting to lose my voice at this point. But Evander Kane, Lawsuits, is in first right now with 4 votes. Man vs. Wild, Burnsy Styles in second with 3. Too Hot to Handle, Jamie Edition, and Brock's Barbershop are tied for last with 2. So any one of your votes right now, you're running out of time. Any one of your votes can make a huge difference. This is your opportunity to let your voices be heard and make a difference here. I'm letting my voice be heard. I'm voting right now. Chat, let your voice be heard. You are the deciding vote. Let it be heard. Who are you voting for? This is your chance. No way.
What the hell,
No way we let that happen.
I'm just glad that Kevin lost.
Yeah, I didn't even vote for my own. So whoever the 2 are voted for mine. I don't know what you guys are doing with your lives.
It was a 3-way tie. 3-way tie, so it's only natural that I quickly make a second poll.
Oh my god.
And now chat can vote.
All right, Kevin, you know who to vote for.
All right, you guys know. You guys know the vibes. Listen, one
Chat can now vote for the final 3. Sorry, Kevin, you're excluded from this one.
Oh, don't even worry.
I don't want to have a repeat of the same thing. So the 2 people who voted for Kevin, you are essentially the deciding vote because I'm assuming everyone's going to vote for the same one again. I will do that just to be fair. Holy crap! How is Jamie Benn with 6?
Yes.
Yo, what was this? I'm gonna wait to vote now. I want to be a factor here. Oh man, Lawsuits catching up though. It's creeping its way back in. Just to give you guys a reiteration as to what they are.
Oh no.
Kevin's show is irrelevant right now.
Oh no.
This is Man vs. Wild. This is Abroop's show. And this is Berta's Too Hot to Handle. Jamie Benn. Oh my god. No way.
Yeah, we got this. Let's go. How is there more votes this time than last
crap.
time?
Yo, chat's waking up in here. Chat's waking up. Wait, how is this happening? Yo, who's making all these votes?
Someone's dropping channel points right now.
Somebody's dropping bits. And I really appreciate it.
This is completely rigged.
Man vs. Wild takes the win with 16 votes.
Oh my god.
As you can see on here, Baby Bagel Ham contributed 120 bits to make this vote happen.
Hey, let's go.
Baby Bagel, thank you for the bits, by the way. I didn't see that you had given bits, so we appreciate that.
I was waiting for it to say Ponch_YYC has given 1,600 bits or whatever.
All I know is the bits that you contribute will go towards building the channel, emotes or anything. Like all of that goes back into the channel. So we appreciate that. It helps support the podcast. Thank you, Baby Bagel, for 200 bits on its own. That's actually, you don't have to do that, but we definitely appreciate it. And it will be going back into the podcast. You will see. One day we will make some better emotes. You'll see. It'll be worth it. All right. So thank you again, Baby Bagel. All right. Let's move on. Paunchy, congratulations. You won round 1. Let's move on. Brent Burns. Man vs. Wild, Burnsy edition. Or Burnsy style, I should say. I'm kind of down. I'm kind of down for that. He already had like a little thing where he showed that he was living out of his car. So it's a start.
Yeah.
It's definitely a start. All right. So Powerplay 1 is done. Let's move on to Powerplay number 2. In this Powerplay, each person or each contestant was tasked with picking an NHL player to play in an Olympic event. Now, I will admit these graphics are not as solid as the show/movie title covers because I had an easier time with it, and I also really love those ones. So these ones I'm not as emotionally connected to. But Berta, you will start us off.
The show ones were the good ones.
Yeah, those were amazing.
Those were the good ones. Oh, okay. I just want to brace myself.
Berta, your first event, you're up. Here we go. I'm only giving you a minute this time because it's the second power play. All right, you ready?
Cool. Mm-hmm. All good. Well, we got Mr. Chris Kreider in curling, okay? Because no one ever thinks about curling. Curling is a very precise sport. You need to be precise. And Chris Kreider right now is leading the league in goals. I don't think anybody realizes that, okay? So Kreider, he goes offside a lot, He goes offside a lot. So that makes me think? There's no offside in curling, so he's going to think outside the box, all right?
There is offside in curling.
There is like a penalty line.
Okay, it's time for me to talk, guys. Bro, please. In my curling world, there's no offside. So Kreider, he's going to think outside the box, okay? So he knows all about how to do that. He's leading the league in goals, like I said. He's going to be able to slide the rock into the exact spot he wants, no matter what. And he's got the big body. You know, he can throw the rock as hard as he wants, as slow as he wants. Anything you want to do in curling. I'm surprised you guys even know there's offside in curling. Why are you guys watching curling? I don't know. But anyway, Kreider for curling. That's my argument.
All right, that's fair. Bro? And also, he's a pro at knocking out goalies. So goalies kind of like the pin, because there's or not the pins, but you know what I mean, like the rocks that act as the defense. He's going to slide right through it, as you can see in that image.
Exactly.
You know, if worse comes to worse, he'll act as the rock and just go right through everything, take them all out. All right, I like that. I like that, Berta. Good start. Next up is Abroop's event. Abroop has Quinn Hughes as a figure skater, and feel free to explain.
Ooh.
Have you seen how silky smooth our little boy skates? It's so clean. You need him to do twirls. He can do twirls. You need him to skate backwards as he looks you in the eyes angelically as he flares his arms up. He can do that too. Tell me you haven't dreamt about Quinn Hughes figure skating to you, dressed in spandex. Tell me you haven't dreamt about that, and I'll prove you wrong.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever dreamt that, but okay.
Excuse me?
All right, well, on that note, I think let's move on to the next event, because that was terrifying.
I don't know if it's his voice or the picture or like the combination of both of them or the things he said, but everything on his spine was just scary.
All it's gonna be funny for audio listeners because they can't see this.
I will say, so to describe it to you, I basically took a random male figure skater and added Quinn Hughes' head to it. Yeah, that's a male. That's a male figure skater.
Of an ass that male figure skater has.
That's what I was gonna say. All I see
God
is Lovey say that as a dump truck. Sheesh, with a creepy Patrick emoji, and then we have Baby Bagel commenting that's a cursed image. Yeah, that is a cursed image, honestly. But he does have a dump truck, and I mean, you can't deny it. So let's move on to the next event. Ponchi, you got your event here. We have Sebastian Aho, the track star.
That's not the right biathlon.
I just went a track athlete. I was confused.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
For those who don't know, biathlon is essentially doing 10Ks around a track, and then at certain points during the marathon, you have to stop, shoot targets with a gun. So Sebastian Aho, he's got the gas to do 10K, but more importantly, I think just proving from his accuracy trial from All-Star Week, he's a sniper. He doesn't need to get every shot right, but he needs to get most of them right. So, you know, he's a sniper. He's got the gas to do it, to do 10K as fast as he can. Yeah, that's why I think Sebastian Aho would be a solid biathlon.
I think she just makes a good point. It's also on skis, so I am in the complete wrong atmosphere.
Yeah, so it's on like flat ground, so it's not.
Yeah, it's cross country skiing.
It's not. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, Kevin, you're the last one to present here. You lost this last one, so you better make it a good presentation. You've got Varlamov doing the skeleton event, which is essentially the one where they just go on a board and go really fast down a slope. Correct?
Exactly. What do you do? Okay, let me take you guys back to the 2020 playoffs. We had the Islanders down 3-1 to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, I mean, obviously we know how that happened, how that worked, but they're down 3-1, double overtime. Jordan Eberle scores the game-winning goal to stave off elimination, and Varlamov, he goes barreling down the ice. I don't know if you guys have seen this clip or have seen that, but anyways, if you haven't, this is not going to make a lot of sense. But anyways, I just remember this. That's why I picked skeleton. Varlamov slides down across the neutral zone and just like barrels into his team, celebrating the win, which launched his budding skeleton career. And as an Olympic athlete, the dude is 6'1", 210, and I think I searched this up earlier this afternoon, but the average skeleton athlete is about 178 pounds. So this guy is adding 30 extra pounds to your average skeleton athlete. He's going to be barreling down that that
Yeah.
what do you call it?
That
the
gravity
track.
is gonna really affect
Exactly.
him more. Yeah, I like that.
So there's like every skeleton athlete that is currently, competing, like they don't stand a chance once this guy retires. And he's not playing too well. I think retirement's not too far. I'm just kidding. He's got like 9 losses.
Wait, gravity's not
Like
gonna affect
12.
him more. I meant more momentum's gonna affect him more.
I was gonna
Well,
say
no,
it's
it's
not-
gravity for sure. It's gravity.
No,
Track-
gravity's
track-
going down at the same speed for
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah. It's the momentum.
Oh,
It's-
get your physics out of here.
I was thinking. I was thinking
Okay, we're
of MA
not-
squared. That's why.
Yeah, there you go. So momentum, inertia. There you guys go.
Yeah, so
It's
he's gonna
inertia.
have a
Yeah.
slightly higher than the other. So that's a
Same-
slight
same-
increase, which is all
Exactly.
that matters in skeleton.
I may have gotten the physics wrong, guys, but the bottom line is the dude's gonna speed.
Oh,
This
yeah.
Straight
makes
speed.
Absolutely
Straight
no
speed.
sense, in my
What are
opinion.
you talking
This
about?
makes then why not put the biggest person ever on a skeleton?
Oh, absolutely. The dude's gonna like launch out of there like a cannonball.
He's gonna break the skeleton board.
He's not gonna. No, dude. Those things are
He'll
built.
make.
Anyways.
He's a craftsman. He'll make it extra.
Oh yeah,
smooth.
yeah. We're talking multiple gold medals.
You gotta
easily.
be. I don't know, man. I think this is wrong. I think this is not how a skeleton works at all. I think you gotta be like, how does the board even move, by the way?
Are you a skeleton?
They
like,
run and they
expert
jump
Morgan?
onto it, and then it
It's
slides.
like a sled. It's a
I
sled.
know it's a slides, but you don't. You have to still like control it.
You
Don't
run
you?
and then you
You
jump
lean.
onto it, and then it
You
slides
just
down.
lean. You
And
just lean,
kinda
dude.
go. You
What?
lean. Yeah.
Yeah, you lean.
Skeleton's
yeah,
like
exactly.
luge, but the head first one.
Yeah, so you gotta
Yeah.
lean like left and right, But like the thing
And
is,
who knows how to lean left and right than a goalie who's sliding between the pipes?
Oh.
That's what I'm
Oh.
talking about. The guy's lateral movement is
Oh,
is it elite though?
elite. I mean, maybe not now, but
Thank you to
Dude.
quickly. Thank you to Baby Bagel. Baby Bagel Ham for the follow. We appreciate that, supporting the channel and supporting the podcast. So that's it for you guys' opportunities to present your topics. We're not going to do. Actually, yeah, you guys can debate amongst yourselves first. I'll give you guys 2 minutes to debate amongst yourselves. I won't even intervene this time. Go crazy, go wild. I'll be putting up each person's event every 30 seconds, so you guys can talk about each one at a time, if that makes sense. So
let's just tear apart.
let's
Berta's
get
choice
started
of-
here. Kevin's
let's
event
tear
goes
apart.
first.
You
Take it
can't
away,
tear
guys.
apart. Dude, Varlamov, man, this guy can't even stay healthy. So what is
Hey,
the point?
wait. That's why. Okay.
you only
What-
need
what-
to be healthy for like 10 seconds. though.
Exactly. And then you're just chilling
Exactly.
You're chilling on
Okay.
the board. You're lying
First
down.
of all,
what better
it's like,
sport for
it's,
someone?
like, it's like a minute long, guys. First of all, it's not 10 seconds.
Wait, Berta, I'd love for you to explain to everyone in chat how curling works. And
I will tell you. I'll tell you exactly how curling works. All right.
yeah, let's.
Curling
let's,
is like a game of chess. Okay, it's like
I
a
don't
game of
think-
chess.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's like the sport of curling. I don't know if that's an apt description.
You're right. You're right. It is. But the thing is, it's a chess game, man, because you have to get points for each one of the. Oh, so there's like a middle
All
thing,
the
right? There's a
rocks
middle-
are made the
There's
same.
a middle thing, and there's this big circle, it's a big target,
What's it
bullseye
called?
target.
What's it
Okay,
called? What's that called there?
the bullseye.
No.
No,
This guy doesn't
it's
know
it's
anything.
Game
called
of curling.
the button.
Okay, listen, I know it's called a button. Okay, I know there's an anchor and a hammer, whatever you want to call it, whatever. Anyway, so as many of your rocks that are closest to the button is how many points you get for the round. Okay, I get it. I know. All right, I play curling every Monday morning. So anyway, Kreider, like Mike said, man, he runs goalies. He can run the other rocks, the other stones, whatever they're called. And he's just gonna knock every single one of them out because his momentum is just truly strong, stronger than Varlamov's momentum in skeleton. So yeah.
And what are the brooms for in curling?
So the brooms can help it go left or right through the rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
What do you mean? That's what it is. It helps it. You throw the
I gotta
rock,
ask
right?
someone-
and then
But I thought Chris Kreider was so accurate that he didn't need the brooms.
he doesn't
Right.
need the brooms. Doesn't need it. But that's the thing. You get the best of both worlds. You get him head on, knocking every other rock out. But if he wants to be accurate, and just doesn't need the brooms, then they can just the other broom guys can just clap in moral support, and just
God, I'm so
celebrate the gold medal that's about to come to them.
So is Chris
Anyway.
Kreider a multi-sport athlete because he can also play chess? Because chess and curling are the same sport.
I don't know why we're talking about Chris Kreider so much when we have Sebastian Aho clearly playing the wrong sport here, like not even the right sport. Like I first of all,
I
who
had
even
no
knows if he
idea
could
what
be
the
on
hell that
skis?
was.
Like I don't even know if he can be on skis. Like, do we know if he can be on skis? Is that confirmed?
I mean, if you can be on skates, it's pretty.
No, skis is
Pretty
like
easy to be
taller
on
than
ski.
you. You got like a. It's like wearing a giant flipper. You know, like
To be fair,
Skating is
everything's
one of the
taller than
hardest things
Kevin.
to learn how to do. So I think I'm sure he'll be fine with skiing.
Well, you
I don't know
you
if he'd be
don't
a
have to
professional
ski
skier, but
up or down. You have to ski flat. So if you're skiing vertical, or if you're just skiing vertically, if you're just skiing like on flat ground, you don't have to worry about
okay, but is he fast?
going up.
You need to
I'd
be
say he's
fast.
pretty
It's a timer. It's a timer. But
But
other
I'll-
people are skiing legends. You know, you don't have to be a curling expert. You just throw the rock. You know, like figure skating. Hughes doesn't even wear figure skating skates. It's completely different. And
Yeah, Hughes doesn't know how to skate.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to skate.
Obviously not.
Wait,
Yeah, he
what?
doesn't-
Wait, hold
yeah.
on. Wait. We gotta calm down. We
Figure
gotta calm down.
skating
We gotta calm
skates and
down.
hockey skates are different. Okay, there's like this
Figure skating
difference.
skates?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but
Okay.
if you know how to ride a bike, you know how to ride a motorcycle. It's
No,
the
you
same thing.
don't. No, you don't.
It's like the same.
That is
same
not the
there.
same thing at
Listen,
all.
if you know how to breathe, you know how to eat. Like it's just like, you
Wait,
know how to, like,
that's
you just
like
know.
pause.
Whoa,
What?
those are basic human instincts
you-
here. You compare that to
Exactly.
skating.
So
Literally-
imagine you've been skating since you were like 1 day old. Wouldn't skating become a human instinct to you?
No, because you gotta do flips
It's
and
like-
tricks. Do you think Quinn Hughes
Yeah.
does he do like little backflips
Have you
on
seen
the
him
ice?
play? Are
And
you
then
even a
they-
Canucks fan? Wait, who are
Are
you?
you apparently you don't even know what Garland looks like. You're like, oh, he's about this tall. He's like,
Seems That seems
Listen,
kind of
I got it from a reliable source.
All right,
A reliable
Guys,
source.
okay, we're at 4.5 minutes in here. I'm gonna cut you off. I was just enjoying that too much to stop it. So just a quick reminder, all of you in chat, you're allowed to use bits to vote, but it's by no means expected of you to do that. If you want to troll someone and use bits, that's a perfect opportunity to use that. The reason why I'm not allowing channel points is because the guys on the panel here love to use those to cheat their way to win.
We would never.
Okay. Okay. So just a quick reminder, Abroop's event is... Actually, I won't even say whose event is which anymore, because that way the chat can just vote on who they think has the best event matchup and not on who they like the best. So the first one here that we're going to show is Quinn Hughes figure skating. Yes, it's a cursed image, but he has a big booty and he's having a good time. That's all that matters. I hate that I just said that. Oh my god. Okay,
Big
next
booty
up
views.
is Chris Kreider curling. Yes, he can act as both the rock and the person throwing the rock because he's just that diverse in his skill set. Next up is Sebastian Aho. He can be both a track athlete and a biathlon athlete because he's just that good. Next up is Varlamov doing the skeleton because he's bigger than everybody else doing the event and he thinks he can win. So that's the plus to each person. Chat, I will give you a solid 2 minutes to... I'll give you a minute this time to vote. Nah, let's make it 2. Screw it. Chat, let your voices be heard. This is your opportunity to let us know what you think. For those of you listening who are not watching live or with any video, so just the audio, I will keep you posted on how the voting's going. So far, Hughes figure skating is in the lead. And if you want to see any of these images that you have heard us talking about, feel free to check me out on, or check us out. I don't know why I said me, but check us out on YouTube at the Fan Connection Podcast, or you can check out my channel, which I use to host the podcast for us. Some of these guys are online. You can check on the VOD, but it's easier just to check YouTube. It's going to be there forever, whereas the VOD disappears. So check YouTube, the Fan Connection. You can see all of our images, our cursed images, if you will. So far, Chris Kreider has actually taken over. He's in the lead with 5 votes. Next up is Varlamov doing the skeleton event with 4 votes. Aho is sadly still at 0, and Hughes figure skating is at 3. I'll let my vote be heard just now, but the race is close for first place. Let's see how it goes. H Dollywall's in chat. H Dollywall, if you haven't let your vote be heard, let it be heard now. Everyone in chat, let your votes be heard. Just let it be heard. This is your opportunity to let us know what you think and to voice your opinions. So we want to hear from you. We want your answers. So let us know. This is your opportunity to decide who wins.
Who is rigging this, man? There's no way Varlamov has 8 votes. Like,
Dude, if someone wants
just
to
makes
use
sense,
vote
man.
bits,
It
they're
just
allowed.
makes
I'm
sense.
allowing bits because that allows us to get emails.
It's Kevin.
my
Okay,
God.
it's
You guys
Kevin.
wanted to bring
It's
physics into this. The physics is there. The
The
science
physics
there,
is there.
guys.
The momentum is there supporting Varlamov.
I had an A in physics. Okay, I had a 92 in physics. I know this is not correct.
Whoa. Are we talking what? Grade 9 physics? Or are we
Physics
talking?
12.
Are you saying
Are we
that Chat's a
talking
liar?
university
Are you,
physics
you
here?
calling Chat
Are
a
you saying
liar there, bro?
physics isn't real?
Yeah, you know what? You
He's a
guys
flat
are all
earther,
bunch of
guys. He's a
liars.
flat earther.
Call me Kyrie.
It looks like Varlamov doing the skeleton in the
Man, that's
Winter Olympics
bullshit. He was-
has won. So congratulations, Kevin. First time guest of the
I'd ask for
podcast
nothing.
wins the second power play event. So now to decide who wins for the day, the final voting, the secret voting that none of these guys knew I was even going to do. Who was best?
What?
Oops.
The final vote between Kevin. So this is Varlamov doing the skeleton event. And who won? It was Ponchi with Man vs. Wild, Burnsy style. All right, there we go. To have the final winner for the day. So Man vs. Wild, Burnsy style, and the Kevin event. So there you go. That's now live. I'll give you guys a quick reminder as to what the show looked like. That's Man vs. Wild, Brent Burns edition, or Burns' style, and Kevin's event was Varlamov. They're both on screen now. My face is completely blocked out, unless I go over here, but I don't really want to be seen right now.
I don't even want to vote,
Ponchi's
man.
partially blocked out, but it doesn't even matter. Chat, vote for who was the best and who wins for today's podcast. Let your votes be heard. Let your opinions be voiced. Let's see who takes the win for who had the best power play of the day.
I just want to
Let's see
point
who
out
has the
real
most
quick.
money.
All right, let me just point out real quick because I know this is a podcast. It's an audio medium, Abroop and Berta. But let the record show, both visually and audibly, that Abroop and Berta do not have any sort of representation in the finals here. I just want to point that out.
Oh
That would also
my
make
God.
them.
Who
my
invited this
terminology?
guy?
Sorry if my terminology is correct. I think that would make them losers. Is that correct,
Ooh.
Punch? I think that would make
I
them
think that's true.
lose.
That would
Yeah,
make them
okay.
worthy of a participation trophy.
The funniest
I mean-
thing is this guy preaches every day on Twitch. Oh, nicest guy playing NHL. Yo, the nicest
He
guy
is
is
the
here.
nicest guy
The
playing
nicest
NHL.
guy.
I mean, did he directly
about?
attack you or just list some definitions?
Yeah, I was just listing. Yeah, I was just saying. By
Yeah.
definition, I think people
think-
that aren't in the finals
Right.
are, categorized in the loser category.
And I
you know,
personally
if I'm-
think you
if I'm
should change your name.
speaking falsely.
You know,
just-
I personally think you should just change your name from nicest guy to an NHL to most passive
I
aggressive
mean, if
guy.
the poll
You know,
was
like-
up there and it was asking that, I certainly would consider it.
I
Changing
think this
my
is
name.
bullshit. That's
But
what I
right
think.
now,
This is
the people
complete
in chat and
rigged.
and the people listening, they're voting on the two representatives of today's power plays, and that's me and Ponch. So
It's come down to a tie so far. We might end on a tie. Chat, this is your chance to let your vote be heard and
the
allow
biddies,
you
yo.
to decide the winner, and it's a tie. Well,
It's a tie.
congratulations to both Kevin and Ponchi for winning today.
I love it.
It works out. We have co-winners for the day. It's as if the Stanley Cup finalists decided to lift the trophy together. So congratulations to both Ponch and Kevin on winning today's podcast power plays. That's going to do it for today. If you guys have any messages you want to leave us off with, now's your chance to say it. So guys, if you want anything to add, feel free.
Just don't rig it next time, guys. Next power play. I don't know who's gonna be on the power play next time, but you know what? Just make sure you vote Berta. That's all.
All right. So we're getting some propaganda being posted already. So that's interesting. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Appreciate everyone for stopping by. So obviously, Kevin, Abroop, thank you for joining us on the podcast today. You guys are always welcome. We are trying to get that Discord up and running. So for real with our new logo. We have a new logo coming out. So that's kind of exciting.
Wait,
We designed it ourselves. Well,
real quick, Kevin, Abroop, do you guys want to show something out?
oh yeah, true.
Go ahead, Rube.
Just my Instagram. That's ABROOPDHAMI. Abroop Dami on Instagram. Appreciate it.
Was that a kiss?
That was a kiss for those of you listening.
That was
That was
disgusting.
a few more kisses there.
Don't kiss
I
me.
apologize to you who were exposed to this and had no choice in
I don't want some ASMR here.
Kevin, anything you want to shout out? Twitch? Anything?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, my Twitch is at It's Clockson. Yeah, I mean, I play every now and then. I'm not like super consistent, but if I stream, love to see you there. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Another
come on.
kiss.
Yes.
Wow, we're getting a lot of kisses today. That's it. All right, nice. So to end off the podcast, obviously shout out to Poncha and Berta as well. Check them out on Twitter. maybe Twitter if you want, but Twitch at Bertaman and at Ponch_YYC. You can catch them streaming. I think Berta usually stream NHL, and Ponch, I feel like you stream a variety of games, Ponch. What have you been streaming lately?
I did Paladins the other day, but my Wi-Fi was bunked, so that didn't stay for very long.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then you can catch me at SomeLazyGuy09, also hosting the podcast every Sunday and Wednesday, 5:30 Eastern time. It will be moving times soon because I know Ponch is starting school. I'm also working, and Berta's got a lot going on with school and work as well. So we're going to figure out another time that works for all of us. But we appreciate all your support so far. We'll obviously keep you posted. We got the new logo coming out soon, so keep an eye on that. The YouTube channel will be updated to The Fan Connection and not SomeLazyGuy09. So you'll check us out on YouTube at The Fan Connection. We'll see you guys in the next one, or see you all in the next one. We appreciate your support as always, and we'll catch you in the next one. I said that 7 times, but that's okay.